Welcome to a new edition of Harness Central. I'm here at Classy Lane Training Center with Ben Wallace. We're now obviously not here to talk about the Leafs. Apprentice Hanover. A couple great wins. Going into the Metro final for $1 million. Got to think he's the favorite. How do you feel about him out of the race?
Well, I don't know if he's the favorite. I think there's half a dozen in there that, given the right opportunity, can beat any of them. Obviously, Tony's horse stands out outstanding. He's just a great colt. Our guy, my driver tells me at the wire every week he's raced him, he's been good. So he's never been tired yet, the way I read him, and it's a matter of how the race shapes up. If he gets a good crack at them, I'd be surprised if he's not around.
All right. Your owner, Brad Grant, just bought the horse 2 weeks ago, I guess, from Jack Darling. My first introduction to the horse was during the winter doing the 2-year-old training reports. And as I recall, Jack really didn't single him out. He didn't dismiss him, but he was part of the group. What's your first recollection of seeing him? Did you see him as a yearling, actually?
Actually, I didn't, no. I wanted a Sun Beach somewhere, and so I was very conscious of him being on the grounds, and I followed him this winter quite a bit, and he to me just had a bit of a look to him that, you know, buying horses is a lot to do with presence, and he had a presence about him whenever I seen him that I thought maybe this guy could, you know, take you to the promised land. And as it got closer down to scoring position, he exemplified that even more, and we went ahead and pulled the trigger.
Right. Jack bought him for $90,000. He's a son of All-American Nadia, who you remember certainly from John Burns' days and whatnot. For the benefit of people who have never been up close to him, how do you describe him?
Well, he's a bigger colt than you might assume as a 2-year-old, but he's just a gentleman. I mean, he's an absolute gentleman. I was very cognizant of Sun Beach somewhere. I followed that horse a lot because I was a little involved in the family. And I remember Sun Beach coming in, and I've told Brent McGrath this numerous times, coming into the paddock at Grand River there, and he never said a word. He just walked in. He was a man amongst kids. He went out and win in whatever, 53, 54.
Battle of Waterloo.
Battle of Waterloo, excuse me, yes. And then he was a man amongst kids, and I thought, geez, what a, you know, he didn't come in on his hind legs roaring and squealing like some might. He just came in, beat us up, and went home. And this horse, to me, when I seen him in the barn, he never makes a noise. He's a gentleman. He goes about his work so professionally, and he's an extremely sound horse. I said, what the hell? Let's take a crack.
He came into your barn a couple weeks ago, so the pressure's on. You know, the big money right off the hop. Doesn't give you much time to work out exactly how to deal with him. Is he a horse takes a lot of work? From what you can see, less work. How do you feel?
No, that was part and parcel of my advising Brad that we should take a crack at him. That he was so professional. Jack and his staff did a great job getting him ready. It was a matter of us just sort of filling in some pieces here or there, and hopefully it works out that way. But he, you know, and again saying, you know, obviously we'd like to get it all on the weekend, but I think this horse has got a career for us too. He's just not a fractious colt by any means. He's just a gentleman.
Push button?
Yeah, I think so. We made a couple of changes, and I think he's become even more so. But I'm just talking more attitude and personality and presence in the barn. I mean, he carries himself like a good horse.
You also have another purchase from Jack Darling in the barn and Big McNeil. She's made, I think, $250,000 for you already, and she's going into the Pennsylvania Sire final, looking like she's the best. Jack better at least get a Christmas card. Or Jack should be giving a Christmas card, sorry.
Wait a minute, yeah, maybe next year he can be sending Christmas cards. But no, listen, Jack Darling's a tremendous horse trainer and maybe a better businessman, and he realized that the numbers that we were offering him had to be certainly looked at, understood, and he went ahead and he made 2 very good deals for himself, and hopefully they're 2 very good deals for us. At the stage right now where we sit, they're great deals for us, you know. So and again, we'll just see how it all unfolds.
Coming back to Apprentice for a moment, the group of 2-year-olds, how do you view them compared with some other years going into the Metro?
Well, to me, it's way too early, obviously, to talk about a whole group of 2-year-olds. 1 year, there's one stake season or stake series doesn't necessarily make the group, but I think there's a nice bunch of horses there. I'm not going to tell you that there's a gorilla out there yet. I know the treacherous horses. Obviously, he's got everything going for him. He had that at the sales ring. You know, he was the topper. He was the showstopper, and he's lived up to those accolades. So obviously, he is probably the dominant colt right now. Is he beatable? I think so. By us, I think so. So we'll see how it all unfolds.
Okay, we'll be watching Saturday night. Thanks, Ben.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right, Harold Howe with Ben Wallace, giving you the Harness Racing Edge.